This is Carrie at the Jones Center. Today we're going to be practicing some chair yoga. So listen to your body. If you're taking care of shoulders or knees or hips, just listen to your body and feel free to back off from any pose that we're doing and have fun. So let's get started. So find a comfortable seat that has a nice support for your back and that is secure on the floor. Settle your hands in your lap. And we'll start with a breath practice first. So if you're comfortable closing your eyes, close your eyes or just gaze towards the floor. And begin to focus on your breathing. Breathing in and out through your nose if possible. Relax your shoulders. And as you continue breathing, make a connection in your mind between your breath and your body as if they are one thing. Bring your hands to your belly and let's get deeply connected with the belly breath with your eyes still closed. Breathing in, fill the belly, and exhale out through the mouth. Inhale, belly. Exhale through the mouth. One more time, inhale, belly. And exhale through the mouth. Relax your hands and slowly flutter your eyes open. And then with your next inhale, we'll get a little bit more involved. Inhale, reaching your arms overhead. And your options are to bring your own arms to goalposts. So choose what works for you. Inhaling up, exhale, side sweep. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale. Keep going. Inhale, reach up and pause. And exhale, hands to the heart. And scooting forward on your chair a little bit. So your feet are firmly placed on the floor. We'll inhale again, reach up. And this time, exhale, twist gently towards your left. Inhale, center. And exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. So we're only twisting about 70% of your ability to twist right now. Exhale, right. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, back to the center. Now place your left hand on your chair for balance. And exhale, side bend towards your left. Feel that stretch in your right body. Inhale, center, and exhale to the other side. Really stretch as long as you can. Inhale, back up. We'll take that side stretch again, each side. Center, and twist, or side bend. Back to the center. Hands to the heart. Call this namaste hands. Then hands on the thighs. We'll do a little seated cat-cow. So we're flexing and extending the spine. So we'll tuck our chin and round our back, kind of like an angry cat. And then inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together, broaden your collarbone. This is our cow. And we'll keep going like that. Tucking the chin, navel to spine, and inhale, cow. Keep going at your breath pace. There's no magic as to when to inhale and exhale. Just as long as you're breathing. Your body will probably figure it out. Usually when we're squishing ourselves together, contracting, that it's easier to exhale and easier to inhale when you're expanding. And sometimes you can experiment with an opposite breath. Exhale when you usually inhale, and inhale when you usually exhale. Just notice the difference. Alright, back to a neutral spine. Let's sit a little further forward now. Our next movement for the spine is called circling the chi. And it's kind of like you're imagining that your body is a spoon and you're stirring cookie dough. So we'll take a big inhale and then we'll circle one direction. We'll do this several times. And as you're moving, you might feel tight spots in your back or upper hips. And if you find a spot that's particularly tight, you might just pause there and give it a time to release before coming on around. So keep going a few more times. And the next time you come to the center, to forward, pause, inhale back up, and then we'll go the other direction. Keep that breath going. You can get your shoulders involved. You can do some head nods, whatever feels good in your body. You are your own best teacher. All right, let's come back to the center. Just kind of notice how you're feeling. Then hold on to the base of your chair and extend your left leg out, straight out in front, toes toward your nose. And then holding on, lean forward, broaden the collarbone, stretch your arms and stretch the back of your leg, your hamstrings. Point your toe towards the floor. It may or may not touch the floor. That's okay. And then lift that toe again. Stretch the hamstring. And inhale up, bring that foot back. Extend your right foot. And lean forward. Still breathing. One thing we try not to do in yoga is to hold our breath. Let's see if we can point the toe towards the floor. And then lift that toe again. Deeper hamstring stretch. And then come back upright, bring that foot back. Now we'll take a wide stance. Make sure you're still sitting firmly on the floor. So we'll stretch our inner leg line and get some shoulder stretching too. So on your exhale, drop your right shoulder towards the floor and turn towards the left. Pushing on this right knee. center and to the other side. Gentle push on that left knee, dropping the shoulder. And back to the center, and once more each side. Inhale, center, and to the other side, exhale. And back to the center. All right, from here, walk your feet back together. Another hip and leg stretch, 2 options. You could start here by crossing your left foot over the right, and then we'll lean forward. If you want more sensation, bring this left ankle to your right knee, and you can give a little extra push on this knee and lean forward. Ooh, feel that stretch in your outer leg, sometimes the glutes. May feel good on your back too. Back up, uncross. And then the other side, either the more gentle version, leaning forward, holding onto the chair, or a little more, ankle to knee, and lean forward. Keep breathing. Inhale back up, uncross, and sit back in your chair again. We're going to do some leg extensions and arm extensions, kind of pretending like that is our downward facing dog. All right, we'll start with opposite leg lift and opposite arm. So your right leg and left arm. And then switch, toes towards your nose. Switch again, and keep going, switching back and forth. And as you're moving, when you're lifting that leg, feel some core involved. A little bit of core, a little bit of hamstring or quads. Keep going. Good. And one more time. Each side, and then back to neutral. Bring your left knee towards your chest, and tuck your chin towards your knee. Release that side, and bring the other knee towards the nose. And release. Sit back again. This time we'll lift both legs straight out and both arms overhead. With a big inhale, lift and extend and lower. Inhale, lift and lower. Lift and lower. Remember, bring the toes towards the nose and lower. Lift. You can lean back against your chair. Hopefully it has a high enough back. And again, if arms or shoulders bother you, goal post work just as well. One more time. Now pause here. Really reach through the heels, toes towards the nose. Lean back a little bit. Maybe the arms reach a little taller. Tone in your belly. We can pretend, imagine that this is downward facing dog if we were on our hands and feet on the floor, upside down. And release. All right, give a wiggle. And then we will sit forward. Begin some work on going from seated to standing, working with chair pose. So we have our chair here as our prop. We'll start with hands at the heart. On your next breath, press into your feet and lift your hips. and sit back down. Inhale, lift, and sit back down. Inhale, lift, and sit back down. One more lift, pause. All right, and sit. Now we'll add on a little bit more work. So we'll go from sitting to standing to chair to sit. All right, ready? Inhale, reach up, chair, sit. Inhale, reach up, chair pose, and sit. Your hands can be wherever is comfortable. Chair, and sit. You can even have them at your hips. Chair, and sit. One more time. Hands to the heart. One more chair pose by itself with concentration on activating energy through your feet, your heels, core engaged. All right, from here, let's bring our hands to our hips so we can feel our hip bones. With your next breath, stand to the chair pose. Now tilt your pelvis up so your hip bones tilt towards your ribs, low back lengthens. Your knees, you can see your toes. And then pretend like you're pressing into your heels, you're trying to move them apart, but they don't really move. Feel your glutes begin to activate. Breathe. If you want more effort, you can reach your arms long. If you want even more effort, you can lower until you're hovering right above that real chair. And then sit down. All right, take 3 deep breaths. Sighing out through the mouth. We'll sit back in the chair once again and do a little more shoulder opening. Bring your right arm across your body and gently hold on to that shoulder and look towards your right. And release that side. And reach the other arm across and look toward your left. And release that side. Reach your right arm overhead, pat yourself on the back, and you can give your elbow just a little bit of a lift up. Release that side. Pat yourself on the back with the other arm. A little lift. Just remember, if anything doesn't feel right in your body, so you have permission to not do it. And release. Then bring your right arm forward and the other arm together. Then from here, lift up just a little bit and lower, and then open and close. A little lift, lower, open, and close. A little lift, lower, open, and close. Let's come to standing now. All right, let's come to standing. We'll stand to the side of your chair and work on tree pose. So your inner leg will be your balance leg. So we're going to do some hip flexor work first. Balancing on your inner leg, lift your outer leg, and lower. Lift and lower. Keep lifting and lowering, and make sure there's a micro bend in your standing leg. So let your muscles do some work on that standing leg as well. Lift and lower. Now we're going to add in an external rotation. Lift and rotate out. Back to center and down. Lift, rotate, center and down. Lift, rotate, center and down. One more. Lift, rotate, center and down. Then our tree pose. So you can bring one hand to your heart, lift this leg, rotate it out, then place that foot above or below your knee, or if you want extra work, hover it without touching your standing leg. Keep your hip bones level, your pelvis level. Broaden your collarbone. And breathe. Find your focus up, forward and down. Something that's not moving. Don't hold your breath. And then bring that leg back to the center and down. And wiggle it out. Move to the other side. We'll do the same thing on this side. All right, micro bend in the standing leg. Lift the outer leg and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. You may feel tugging and tightness in this muscle here, and that's okay as long as there's no shooting pains or electrical feelings. Same thing with your back. All right, adding in the external rotation. Lift, rotate, center, and down. Lift, rotate, center, down. Lift, rotate, center, and down. Lift, rotate, center, and down. Lift, rotate, center, and down. Pause. Get ready. Standing leg. Lift that leg. Rotate. Point your toe down and then either find above or below the knee or hover if you want extra work. Keep breathing. You can bring your hand to your heart. And focus forward and down. And breathe. And then bring that leg back to the center and down. And wiggle it out. You might have some stiffness here. We'll come to the back of the chair now. Stepping away so you have room and working on calves. So we'll lift up on your tippy toes and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Just keep lifting and lowering. Working all those little intrinsic muscles in the feet that will help with balance. And then pause. Now, holding on to the back of your chair, we'll do our version of a standing downward dog. So step away from your chair, make sure it doesn't slide, and then lower your ears between your biceps, lengthening your spine and your legs. And then inhale back up. Pretend like this is our plank pose. And then downward dog. Lengthen arms, back, legs. Inhale back up, plank pose. One more downward dog version. And back up, plank. Walk back to your chair. Step your feet wide. coming to our warrior poses. We'll start with warrior 2. So turn your left foot out and your right heel back. So both feet are going one direction. Bend this front leg. You can keep a hold on the chair, reach your arm forward, gaze over your fingertips. Warrior 2. Now if you're feeling really stable today, you can reach the other arm out and back, but your chair is here in case things get wobbly. Hold on to the chair again, turn your front palm up, reverse warrior, lift that arm, reach. So we're lifting up more than we're crunching back, lifting up. And then back to warrior 2. We'll flow between those two. Lift up, reverse, and warrior 2. Reverse, and warrior 2. Pause here. Make sure you can see your big toe, so you want your knee stacked over your ankle. 2 hands to the chair, pivot your feet forward, and we'll do a wide-legged forward fold. So just fold towards your chair, elbows out. Inhale up, fold forward, and back up. Hopefully your chair is not really tall. Alright, pause. Turn your right toes forward and your left heel back. Bend the front knee, knee stacked over ankle. Pretend like you're trying to shred the floor apart so there's energy shooting out both legs. And lift your forward arm, and your torso is right in the middle. We're not leaning forward right now. There are times that we will. Front palm up, lift and reach, reverse warrior. We'll flow between those two. Warrior 2, reverse, warrior 2, reverse, and warrior 2. Pause. Option to add the other arm if you want. Chair's here if you need it. And then lower, straighten both legs, pivot forward again. Forward, fold, elbows out and in. Make sure your heels are slightly further out than your toes. That gives you a little bit more room in the pelvis and sitting bones to fold forward without rounding your back. Inhaling up and down. And then pause. Walk your feet back together and come back to your chair. And we'll do some lunge posture. So we're going to turn sideways on your chair. You'll have one hip on your chair and hold on to the back of the chair, front foot on the floor, then wiggle this outer leg back until you feel a stretch. So your stretch may stop here or it can go further back. You get to decide. So then imagine that you were standing like this, so your torso is nice and tall. Then your top arm, outer arm can reach. And then we can add in a side bend. Side bend towards your chair. And back up. Side bend. And back up. Side bend. And up. And pause. Now bring this outer arm straight out and then bend the hand towards your chest. And we're going to twist. So twist towards your chair and then back open. Twist and open. release that. And notice how your leg is feeling. And then begin to relax, drag it back to meet the other. Scoot to the back of your chair. Hold on to with both hands and twist towards the chair back, looking slightly downward. And then back to the center. We'll go to the other side. So just pivoting on your chair, hand on the back. Lower the outer knee, wiggle it back to your, I say comfort level, but it's between ease and effort. You want to feel something. Then, once you're settled, top arm, outer arm reaches, side bend, over the chair, back up, side bend, and up. One breath, one movement. Side bend, and back up. Pause, reach the outer arm out, bend it inward, hand towards your chest, and then we'll rotate towards the back of the chair and back out. Try to keep your elbows level. Rotating in towards the chair and away from the chair. The chair helps us have some dynamic tension in this posture. Relax the outer arm, drag that back outer foot forward, scoot back in your chair, two hands on the chair and twist. You can twist a little deeper than earlier in class if that feels good. And then back to the center, pivot back to the front. Alright, to the edge of the chair, widen the knees. Now turn towards your right knee, just lean towards that knee. Use your muscles to keep this knee from kind of collapsing inward. Back up, turn to the other knee. Activate these inner thigh muscles and fold over that knee. And back up and in the center, fold forward. Deep breaths. And back upright. Bring the legs together. So our next pose is a version of butterfly pose. So you want to rotate your ankles outwards, soles of the feet towards each other. And you're right on the edge of your chair. And once you get there, just relax, let your knees drop away from each other. And focus on your breath. Notice if you're holding tension anywhere in your body, try to relax that. And then bring both knees back together. And with your hands on your knees, we'll fold forward. Lower a little bit more if you want. Tuck your chin. This is our version of forward fold. Inhale back up. And extend both legs. Hold onto your chair. And fold forward. Legs back, all chair. We'll do a little bit of hand yoga. So bring your hands towards a fist and then open wide. Towards the fist, open, fist, open, fist, open. Shake it out. And bring your hands, palms together, and gently press them together and release. Press and release. Press and release. Press and release. Shake it out again. Little face yoga. This is my favorite. All right. So open your eyes wide and then squinch your eyes shut. Open wide, squinch, wide, and squinch. And then normal. Then we'll purse our lips. So we'll go. And then smile wide. So purse and smile. Makes you laugh. Back to normal. And then the last one is kind of like if you ever watched Bewitched on TV. You're going to twitch your mouth, kind of like Bewitched. So and back to normal. Always makes my nose itch. And then a little eye yoga. So look straight ahead, then look up at 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, center, and look all around. And other direction. And back to normal. We're coming towards the close of our class today, so you rest your hands in your lap, sitting up close to the chair for support. You can close your eyes or gaze down for relaxation. Be sure to spend 4 or 5 minutes just seated with your eyes closed, feeling the effects of your practice and following your breath. Thank you for spending time with me this morning. Hope to see you again soon.